Hey, buddy, what's going on? How's Louisiana? What are you up to? Still hot. Yeah, I'll bet it is down south, isn't it? It's cooling off up here in Kentucky. Starting to get a lot of that fall-like weather. The leaves will be changing soon. Yeah, yeah, it happens down there in the south, don't it? You guys usually linger longer with the heat. At least you got the Gulf there, right? Cool you off. Yeah, it's starting to turn fall here. Leaves aren't all turned yet, but the weather's starting to turn. It's kind of cool out. It's like it gets down to 55 in the morning. And then probably like lower 70s, maybe upper 60s during the day. Damn, 90s. Wow. You can go swimming still yet, huh? That's good. It's what them snowbirds, them snowbirds like that go down there in that heat. Y'all get probably a lot of snowbirds down there wintertime, don't you? Yeah, 90 degrees you could swim all right. What do you think? Got my new universal charger for traveling. Got this is US and Australia. I guess Australia's got a lean to them. US is straight. Yeah, I don't think it snows often down there, does it? Then you got UK. I never saw that before. I don't know what that's all about. It's a good thing we fought that Revolutionary War, otherwise we'd have a bunch of shit like this. Weird shit. And then they got Europe. What the hell? Yeah, I seen that. That's crazy. Y'all got snow. My nephew's down there in Gulfport, in Mississippi, and he said he got some snow in there. I got a cousin in Houston, and he's got some snow too. Crazy how far south it went last year, this January. Or I guess it was this year, but you know what I mean, last winter. First time in 7 years, yeah. Yeah, I think I remember the one that happened 7 years ago too. I don't remember it getting to you all, but I remember it hitting Georgia real bad and they were sliding around and everything. Yeah. Can't be any worse than my talking. I get jumbled up with my words. Probably better than my talking. You working tonight? You're still at you're at the hospital, right? Or am I mistaking you with with one of the others? I knew you did day and night shit, don't you? You like me? I do days and nights. Or you just do nights? Oh, okay. I hear you. Yeah, we got to get that laundry done. Yeah, I always put mine off. It's gotten a lot better though. All my kids grew up. They're all off to college and stuff, so they probably take their laundry to my ex. But it used to be when I had them there at the house, in high school and stuff, I mean, we had laundry out the yin yang, but now it's just me, so I just got a few work jeans and some sheets and blankets and some things that I need to get the dog hair off of. I got company coming through town. I'm going to make it nice, kind of clean the house up. We're just going to stop for the night, rest on a long drive, but still, you know, it's still nice to have them. I remember those days. Yeah. Yeah, I got three sons and one daughter. I remember those days. All the diapers and all the dirty clothes and everything. I did a job down there years and years ago. I think it was called Calmet. You know where that's at? I think it was in St. Bernard Parish. Calmet. I'm probably saying it wrong. Chalamet, something like that. Chalamet, Louisiana. I used to build storage tanks, and they had a coke plant down there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we went down there and cut up an old coke storage tank and built a new one out there at one of those ports there. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I figured you might. You said you was down there around New Orleans and stuff, and it was pretty close. It's a funny story. I ended up driving down there, coming from Van Buren, Arkansas, and I went down south. Left Van Buren and come down straight south through Arkansas and then turned and headed east. And I went into New Orleans, and I didn't know nothing, never been down there before, but I took the exit. I can't remember what exit it is now. It's been 30 something years or 20 something years. It was right before Katrina, but maybe it was like 2002 or 3 or something like that. But no, I turned and I went down. And to get to Chalamet or whatever, I just looked at the map. Back then we didn't have like Google and all that. I was just looking at Road Atlas. So I just drive into New Orleans on Highway 1 or whatever. Oh, okay, yeah, 5. That sounds about right. So I just pull in there, and then I take the highway that leads over to Chalamet. Well, it happens to go right through the 9th Ward. And I had an old 1976 camper, so I pulled off of there, and I need gas, so I come off the interstate in New Orleans, and I take that exit. I think it's like 1 or 3 or so. I don't remember what it was. I was on Highway 1, but I take that, and then it goes straight to Chalmette, because I was looking on the Road Atlas, the old Rand McNally's, and I guess I drove right up into the 9th Ward and pulled over and got gas, and bars on the windows and tape. Some crackhead come out and hit on my exit. It was crazy. But yeah, and I got to Chalmette. There was a gated state park there, and the park ranger said, "Where are you coming from?" I said, "Oh, I come down through New Orleans." And he said, "You did?" And I told him the exit or whatever, and he goes, "I'm surprised I'm even talking to you." He said, "You ought to be dead." I said, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Oh, well, I guess dumb luck." But yeah, I didn't think nothing of it. Just a hick in Kansas at the time, you know, driving this camper down through New Orleans, going to a job. Yeah, that's what he said. Hell, I didn't know. I just pulled right up in there and pulled up in the gas pump. I mean, I could tell by the bars on the windows, and you had to pay up ahead of time and slide your money underneath, and they had a thing there. I was all, you couldn't even go in the store. So I could tell. And then, of course, I looked across the way from the gas station, and all the apartment complexes had sheets in pillowcases in the windows and bed sheets in the doors. And that was before Katrina. Yeah, next time I'll take the next exit. It probably won't be a next time, but if there is, yeah, I'll probably take the next exit. Good Lord was looking out for us that night. I had me and at the time it was my Oh, really? It's gotten worse? Huh. I have a hard time imagining that because it was pretty bad back then. It was like I think we was down there like 4 or 5 months before Katrina hit. I don't recall. But yeah, it was pretty bad. But yeah, that game warden said, "Yeah, I'm surprised I'm talking to you." And I was like, "Really?" Got lucky. Well, I guess so. I was just down there this year, and I think it was I was seeing my nephew out before he got shipped off to Guam. He's in the Navy down there at Gulfport, and we drove over to New Orleans and went to the World War II Museum and the French Quarter and the bookstores and some restaurants and different things. And I thought it was kind of nice. Of course, that was my only second time down there. I was down there that one time I told you about going to Chalmette, and then that was the second time down there this year. And of course, we stayed maybe because we stayed in the good areas, maybe that's why. But I thought it was pretty nice. Oh, in the outskirts, yeah. Yeah, we were just there for the day. I wouldn't want to live in. I don't like. I've been to a lot. I like going to big cities and visiting them and seeing the museums and the restaurants and the theater and different things. There's lots to do in the big cities. I like to go there and visit the big cities for that kind of stuff. But I like to leave too. Yeah, I like to do the tourist thing. I wouldn't want to live there. I wouldn't want the daily traffic and all that stuff. It just. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll look you up. Maybe when Belinda and I'll come down there and take a trip down there, I can show her New Orleans. She's wanted to do adventures in America, so maybe I'll do that. We'll come and we'll look you up. We'll go out to eat. We got another dinner date with Doctor. We told him we'd go out to eat with him. He's here outside of Lexington, I think, or Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah, that'd be fun. Just go out and grab some food and then check out the town. Let her get some footage for YouTube. I get some for mine too, I guess, but mine's more a hobby. Hers is more serious. Oh, in the U.S.? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know any. I've never met any here. I saw my first Filipino restaurant in Fort Lauderdale, Florida this year. She was asking me about them in Kentucky, and I said, I haven't seen one in Kentucky. And I got to looking it up, and I guess there is one. I can't remember. It was online. I found it online. I think they said Summersville or somewhere. I don't recall, but I'm not familiar with it. I hadn't seen it. But when we went down to the Florida Keys, we flew into Fort Lauderdale, and when we left the airport and was going through Fort Lauderdale looking for a place to eat, we went past 2 Philippine restaurants. And that was the first 2 I've ever seen in the U.S. Oh, did you? Oh. That's all right. I think my stuff's done washed and I gotta put it in the dryer. got bolognese in there. Yeah, they're all right. They're not my favorite. I'm not real big on the texture. The slime, Pier 51. Yeah, I like the seafood. I like the shrimp and the fish and the lobster and stuff like that. But I'm not. I mean, I've had oysters on the half shell and all that. Matter of fact, we did when we were down in Gulfport, and they weren't bad. But I don't know. The texture, like a big loogie. I like something that'd be more. Maybe if they's fried. Do they even fry oysters? I don't know. Char grilled, yeah, maybe I'd like that. I don't know. I've never had them. The only ones I've had is raw on the half a shell with the spicy sauce, with the whatever sauce that is they put with it. Yeah, I've never had fried. I didn't even know if they did or not. I just wondered if it was better than the slimy, than the half shell ones. The only ones I've had is the half shell. Cocktail, yeah, cocktail, I guess. It wasn't harder. But yeah, the char grill sounds good. That sounds good. Don't talk about food. I'm trying to lose weight. You're gonna have me going out. I'll be going out eating at midnight now. Babe, gotta love it done made me break my fast. That's what I tell Bella. I'll say, you gotta love it done talk me into going out and eating seafood at midnight. Or 10. I got 2 more loads, so I might be done. 9 minutes on that one. 10 minutes on that one. 9 minutes and 10 minutes. Then I'll put them in the dryer. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that with coworker. We'll get to talking about food and I'll leave work and then I'll just head straight to a restaurant. I'm like, what the hell? I'm not even hungry. I'm just going just because I'm sitting there talking about it. I don't know how long this take to wash all this. Probably not. Probably more, just about an hour left. Yeah, I am too. I love food. That's why I gotta watch it, because I'm a big foodie. I like to try different things all the time, new stuff. Different stuff. I really like the Philippine food. I never had it until I went there. It was pretty good. A lot of people gave it a bad rep, said I wasn't gonna like it, but I did when I got there. Yeah, I was shocked. Well, not shocked, but I was surprised how good it was. I mean, not that I liked it, because I pretty much like everything. Italian. I think the only cuisine I haven't had, like, I've had a lot of German, a lot of Italian, a lot of American, of course. One thing I probably never had a lot of food from is France, like French food. You know, like the snails and the duck. I mean, I've had duck, but probably not the way they make it. I don't know what are they famous for. But I don't like this stuff like that. Escargot. Yeah, right. Oh, I like the Philippine food. I liked it a lot. I like all food. I was just surprised that French fries. I don't know. Yeah. French toast, French fries. I like those, but I think those are American. I don't think they were actually French. They might be. Who knows? They like that stuff. Like, I mean, I'd like to try it because I may be wrong. I might like it. I have to ask David. David's French. He's on here sometimes. I'll have to ask him what's the best food they got over there. But other than that, though, like all the Asian stuff I've tried, pretty much I've liked. I don't guess I've ever ate no Russian food. I think it's similar to, I don't know what they eat there. What they eat there, borscht? Yeah, I did. I like the chicken adobo. I like the pork adobo. I like the pork sisig. I like there was a fish dish that had like cucumbers and onions and real fresh and clean, but tasting kind of spicy. I can't never remember the name of it, but it was really good. Yeah, everything I had was really good. I liked all the food. The only thing I didn't try like the balut. Maybe I'll try that when I go back. But like the little baby chickens or ducks or whatever it is, I didn't try that. Got her still in the shell with vinegar. But all the pork and chicken and fish dishes and all that stuff, everything that I tried, I really like. I don't really have a favorite. I like the Italian, I like the Mexican, Spanish, American, had all them. Chinese, Philippine. No, I haven't had like Vietnamese food, but I figure it's probably close to similar to a lot of the other Asian food, isn't it? Maybe not, maybe it's completely different. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't know if I'll try that or not. Yeah, I don't know. I'd check that laundry. 5 minutes. 5 and 4. 5 and 4. Did you try any of their food or their recipes that they showed you? My dad was over there during the war, and he said there was some sort of thing, some sort of sauce or something that they had. It's like a barrel with fish heads in it or something, and it would age. And then however longer it aged, of course they had spices and other stuff too. But then they would dip out of that and use it almost like a sauce or a soup or something. But it was, I guess, really, really freaking hot and spicy or something. But yeah, I thought to myself, well, I'm surprised he tried that. It's surprised it's not like, you'd think that would be like unhealthy, but I guess not because everybody was eating it. Yeah, I usually give anything at least a taste, because I always told my kids that when I was raising them growing up. I said, you can't sit there and tell me you don't like something, you're not going to try it. You know, you got to at least try it. Don't sit there and tell me you don't like something I know you never had. You know, just because you haven't tried it. So they're big on that. That's what they try everything once. And then if you don't like it, just one bite. If you don't like it, then don't find it. You know, but at least you got to at least try it. I need to stretch more. I'm freaking sore. Yeah, Well, when they're young like that, they all, mine did that too. Mine all had their phases. It was hard for me. I was trying to be the, I don't know. I always try to get them tried at once. But her mom, she was a good person, but she'd always short order cook them. You know, they'd give make whatever they wanted. You know, it's like 4 or 5 different. We had 4 children. They all wanted something different every day. I thought that was too much. But that's good. Yeah, smoked chicken's good. That's awesome. Yeah, mine did the chicken and macaroni and cheese for like, I think 3 years. That's all they wanted was nuggets and macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets. I kept trying to get them to try other things. They did. They finally did as they got older. Yeah, mine didn't either there for a long time. It takes a while to get them into that phase. Mine, when they started getting older in high school and I started preaching health and exercise and going to the gym and stuff, that's when they started eating a lot more vegetables, eating healthier. But before that, when they was in elementary school and middle school, they just, you know, all junk food, pizza, burgers, fries, you know, pasta, not a lot of veggies. That's how mine was done. Right over there. Can't even see you. I didn't want to stay up there. Over here. Got one left. You'd think somebody's been doing laundry for 35 years would remember. But I don't. I always forget. Well, I probably don't need to. I always thought there was a gimmick, you know, with the static and all that, but I kind of like the smell that they leave grew on me. These smell pretty good. They're April fresh. I like that. But, and I think it, yeah, it says less, more softness and less static. I don't know. I ain't really worried about that, especially on my work clothes, but on the blankets and stuff. But it's mainly, yeah, it's mainly smell. I don't know. Yeah, I guess these things smell too. Can't believe those people used to eat, those kids was eating those. What the hell? Did we do stupid stuff like that when we was younger? I mean, I know I did stupid stuff, but eating Typons. It's crazy. It's just nuts. You never heard of that? Yeah, it was on the news and stuff. I don't know, maybe you're younger. But yeah, because if your kid's just 4, you're a lot younger. But yeah, quite a few years back, there was like some sort of a stupid trend where they were doing that. The kids just putting them in their mouths and stuff, and then making them, weird. Yeah, you're almost, okay, you're just 10 years younger. You started a little bit later than I did. I had my first at 28. You had yours at, you're 39, so 35. Probably smart. Oh yeah, people doing that. Yeah, I remember it. I kind of remember those, but even before that was a trend, before the cell phones and all that kind of stuff, we used to do that when we was kids. We were like what was that? What was that book? Outsiders, with the little white T-shirts and blue jeans and slick greaser hair, and of course it wasn't back in the 50s, but it was like that. And it was like that. You know, I think I don't smoke anymore, but I started smoking when I was like 15, and I quit back in 2023. Thank God, it's probably the best decision I made. It's tearing me up. But when I first started, like way back, like we would do some of that stupid stuff. Who can hold a cigarette the longest, you know, closest, and all that kind of thing. Of course, we weren't on putting it on the YouTube or whatever. It wasn't that, none of that stuff existed. It was just like me and the 3 or 4 buddies and whatever, you know, back behind the school trying to smoke before we go into class. And then we'd sit there and joke around and be out to the lake fishing or something and be like, okay, see who's the toughest, and you'd hold that, you know, hold one there and that kind of silly stuff. See who would last the longest. Of course, we'd always argue about them not holding it close to somebody else, things like that. Very silly. I brought this because I thought my phone was going to die, but I think I got pretty good battery. And it's still 51%. I figured it would die being in here doing laundry for 2 hours or an hour and a half. We've only been here a half hour. These washing machines are jiffing me off. I put them quarters in and it said 35, 40 minutes. I've only been on here. I started it live before I started to close, I thought. And it says I've only been live for 37 minutes. I think that timer is running fast on that. Yeah, good thing it wasn't. It's no good. I wish I had the health and the wear and tear I put on my lungs, and then all the money. When I first started smoking, it was $1.28 a pack, $1.28. When I quit smoking, it was $7.50. And I told myself when they started raising the price up, they started raising it up back in Kansas in the early 90s. And when they started doing that, it went from like $1.28 to $1.87. I said, if it ever hits $2, I'm quitting smoking. she had $2 come and left, and then here come 3, and here come 3.50, then 4. Fucking ridiculous. Shit. I'll probably be a millionaire if I can't have all the money I wasted on that. And probably better health too. Bad habit. Wasteful. Yeah, I didn't when I first started. I don't know why. I guess I don't know why. I almost forced myself to smoke. Maybe it was a crowd I was with or something. Maybe, I don't know. But then after a while, I got addicted to it, and I blocked out the fact that I didn't like the smell. But yeah, I can't hardly stand it now that I quit. Let's see, I started when I was 14 or 15, was a freshman in high school, and I went till 2023. I don't know, shit ton of years. But yeah, I never did like it. Like even when I quit, like now if I smell it, it almost makes me throw up and gag. So, yeah, they smells up the house, smells up your clothes, your skin. You get to sweating it. You can actually like smell it when you're sweating it. I don't know, something's going off on the phone. What's this here? Oh look. Here's the moon. There you go. I'll use that one. I'll be the man on the moon. Yeah, live from outer space. It's J-Moon. J-Moon on the moon. I took that tonight. That was the moon tonight. Can't believe I did that with no camera lens or nothing. It's just off the phone. That's a good phone camera, isn't it? Take another one. Live from the moon. Back to the laundromat. Like a time traveler. Yeah, that might be a good one. I have to do that one. I've been trying to do one. We're trying to coordinate and do one with Melinda, but every time we try to connect and do one of the split screen lives, we did one in the past before I visited her in the Philippines, but ever since I've come back and we've tried to do it, we haven't been able to get it to work. So I don't know, something wrong with the way we're doing it or something. I don't know. But if we do, I'll have that on my background, and I'll be live from the moon, and she can be from the Philippines. Yeah, I know, it sucks. So I thought we always did. We had a good vibe there when we was together on that, talking and hanging out and stuff. It was a lot of fun. But we haven't been able to replicate it. It's kind of been sad. I can't remember which times to put my stuff in. I think they're all over there. I think they're all over there. All right, you too. Take care, man. Have a good night. I'm gonna go get a haircut tomorrow. I think I'll go get a haircut tomorrow. You take care too. Talk to you later. Go out here and get some steps in around the park. Oh, it's cool outside. There's the moon. Hey, how's it going? What's going on? Check out the park. I don't think I can zoom in there. I don't think I can zoom on this. Here's the church. I don't think I can zoom on the moon. Kinda. Peaceful. Yeah, peaceful it is. Some people think there's ghosts up there. See in the window. If you can see them or not. See the big downtown. It's some sort of wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Nobody likes walking around the city park at night. This is a big attraction. All right, that's the tour for nobody that was here to see it. I'll use the clips, use the clips to make some short videos out of it. Who knows?